to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, moment of silence. We broke that part. Thank you. We should be more emphasized. This time, Ms. Willis, roll call, please.
Ms. Barnhauser? Mr. Conway?
Present.
Mr. Courtney is absent this evening. Mr. Gazy?
Here.
Ms. Job? Here. Mrs. Miller? Here. Mrs. Shearer is absent. Mr. Shrum?
Here.
Mrs. Savage?
Present.
7 members are present. The 2 absences are excused absences noted in the minutes this evening.
Okay, I would like to announce that we had an executive sessions were held on Wednesday, May 13th, prior to the board discussion meeting, and this evening on May 20th, prior to the board discussion or voting meeting for personnel matters. Any informational items? Recognition of visitors. Do we have any visitors? Are we on hold?
I don't believe anybody signed into.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to do discussion and action on board minutes.
We're going to do that in June.
Let's
What?
wait 1 minute. We're going to check to see if there are any
Why are we
sign-ins.
going to do it on? Miller?
Casey.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I wanted to get the sign-in sheet. There's nobody signed in this.
Okay, but I can do,
The minutes will be ready in June. I don't have the minutes on for this, for approval tonight.
motion to tables then, right?
No, you just
No,
don't.
you just skip.
Don't make the motion.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So we're a little, any presentations? We do not have. Under financial reports, motion to recommend the approval of the financial reports 3.1 through 3.7. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Conway.
Can't hear me? Okay, so we're going to make a motion to recommend approval of financial report 3.1 to 3.7. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Conway.
We have a motion by Mr. Conway. A second?
Len gave it.
A second by Ms. Joe. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Underneath, number 4, financial matters. A motion to recommend approval of the bill list 4.1 through 4.4. Do I have a motion? So moved. Miller. Motion by Mrs. Miller, second.
Second, Trump.
Second by Mr. Shrum. All those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. Outside board report, Central Westmoreland CTC. We've had a lot going on in the last 3 weeks. I would like to thank our administrators. Dr. Bissell came for this Central with our CTC Technical Honor Society, and we had somebody else. Didn't they come from us? Or was it just you?
The graduation, we had 2 others.
But we had, on May 4th, we had 72 students that got inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. They have to go through the same process as we would back at our own home schools with the National Honor Society. And Greensburg-Salem had 5 students that have now become members of the National Technical Honor Society. So Dr. Bissell, thank you for coming for that. Last Monday night, we had our senior recognition ceremony where the students received their certificates for completing their classes. Again, Dr. Bissell, Mr. Sundry, and Mr. Jones were present for it. We had over 400 students move forward. We had 2 sessions. We were that busy, so I thank them for taking the time. We have some really exciting, our Greensburg should be very, very proud. We have a student, I'll give you the spelling, Allison, Iathi Clay. She is in the service occupations at CTC, and she has made it to nationals. So she will be going to Atlanta to compete, representing the CTC in Greensburg-Salem. So that's against everybody from the 48 countries that she ended up taking gold at states, and she's moving on to nationals. Other than we're continuing to get grants coming in, and our last day of school will be next Friday. And that's all I have. Heather is not here for the intermediate unit. Do you have anything, Dr. Bissell? Their meeting was quite short.
I do not.
Okay, Greensburg-Salem Education Foundation.
4 Golden Apple grants applied for and approved, which will go into effect in the fall, which is great. Last Friday was the staff bagel and coffee breakfast, which is always well received. GSEF subsidized students who went to Camp Souls that needed subsidized, which was wonderful. Scholarships awarded, the Joe Zohorchek, the Joseph Nava. Barbara Ferrier has 3 scholarships that were awarded, and comments from the faculty praising the college and high school program. Specifically, she said one of her students will go in as a sophomore and save about $60,000. So that really is wonderful. That's it.
Thank you.
Wait, can I add one more thing that you're not going to talk about? That's okay, but the banquet, the GSEF banquet this year honored a number of distinguished alumni. Ms. Job was one of those distinguished alumni and very, very deserving. More importantly, I think the speeches that were given that night by every single distinguished alum, we wished we would have had them videotaped because they were just so powerful. And Lynn, yours was very powerful, I think, towards administrators, of thanking the administrators who helped you, of giving you the chance and allowing you to take risks and supporting you and trusting you through those risks. And that spoke a lot. And it was a great evening. And I think all of the distinguished alum that were there were just great individuals with great messages for community. And we wish we would have captured them on video, but congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brian,
Nothing to report.
committee reports. Facilities Committee. The next Facilities Committee meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 17th at 5:30 p.m. This will be with the whole board. Am I correct?
It will be with the whole board, and Kimmel and Bogert will be here to discuss the conceptual design
plans.
process and where they're at with everything.
Finance Committee, Mr. Gazy.
Thanks, Robin. It's budget time, so we will not have an individual finance committee. It'll be a meeting with the whole board until we get the budget settled, voted, and passed.
Miller.
And thank you for Allison and all the administrators for their hard work. And we have a ways to go, but your efforts are appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Miller.
I guess also with the Education Committee, I guess we will not be having an individual committee. I guess it's going to the whole board now. So we haven't had anything, I guess, up for discussion recently.
Legal Counsel.
Nothing, thank you.
How are you?
Okay, before we get into the items, I did want to say, and he just walked out of the room, but Roger Myers from QuesTech, he is our tech director. He started on Monday, so Roger was working over here. So
And he's
when you see him, he's already hit the ground running. So 8.1 through 8.3, these are items that we did not discuss last week that were added to the agenda. 8.1, this is PSBA Delegate Assembly, and what we're looking to do is recommend to approve the following 2 board members. We need to select 2 board members willing and able to serve on the PSBA Delegate Assembly Saturday, November 7th, 2026. It's at the Cumberland Valley School District Mountain View Auditorium. And so we're looking for up to 2 individuals.
My Haddon.
Emily, anyone else?
Is it during the day?
It's on a Saturday. You have to be there in the morning. Now, I will say that in the past, we haven't had anybody, we haven't gone through this and done this recently. The last we had was probably 2019, when there was somebody that was on it and went. We've not had specific representation since then. So we don't get penalized for it, but we just have to have a name. Casey.
Casey?
Now, that's at their expense, correct? Driving out and back, because I think that's how we,
No, I believe the district pays
The
for the
district-
mileage.
the
Yes.
mileage. Okay, I wanted clarification. District will pay for your mileage to go out that day. And once we turn these in, Ms. Miller, Ms. Brandhouse, they'll give you more of the details, because we just got it on Monday. Okay,
So that one will come up on 17.1. We'll vote. Then 8.2, which is actually going to be item 17.2. This is a recommendation to approve the granting of 2 temporary construction easements on the high school property to the city of Greensburg for the Northmont Flood Control Project in accordance with the proposed drawings, and to authorize the administration and solicitor to undertake any actions necessary to finalize said easements. So those are the pieces of property that Mr. Lucas explained last week. And then 8.3 will be item 14.1, and that is for Mr. Kerry Dieter to attend the Pennsylvania School Resource Officer Conference at the Doubletree Resort by Hilton in Lancaster, PA, June 22 through the 24th, 2026, $1,240. Okay, so getting into the superintendent's report, all appointments are pending final approval of governmental clearances, medical tests, and certifications where applicable. I'd like to recommend approval of personnel items 9.1 and 9.2, retirements and resignations.
do I have a motion?
So moved. Job?
Second, Miller.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Congratulations to both Mr. Thomas on his retirement, and congratulations to Marcy. Those positions are going to need big shoes to fill, what they did. We'll miss Marcy and her work, and Mr. Thomas. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
9.3, recommend approval of the following professional staff for the position listed under the terms negotiated in the contract with Act 93. Daniel Boring, Principal, Hutchison Elementary, $112,226, effective July 1st, 2026. And for any questions, Mr. Barbado is still in the district.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Miller.
Motion by Mrs. Miller, second.
Second, Gazy.
Second by Mr. Gazy. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
Appointments of professional staff. Thank you. Recommend approval of the following professional staff for the position listed under the terms negotiated in the contract with GSEA, effective for the 2026-2027 school year. Keely Higovsky, elementary teacher, bachelor's, step 2, $59,574.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Miller.
A motion by Mrs. Miller, second.
Second, Conway.
Second by Mr. Conway. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
9.5, recommend approval to hire the following individual for the support staff. I have it.
Okay.
Yep, for the
This is a
support
different
staff position with compensation set at the board policy for administrative assistants, classroom assistants, and nurse assistants. Allison Radilla, nurse assistant, Hutchison Elementary, $24 an hour, effective August 20th, 2026. Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Job?
Motion by Ms. Job, second.
Second, Conway.
Second by Mr. Conway. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against, motion carries.
And recommend approval of personnel items 9.6 through 9.9.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
9.8. 9.8. Yeah, I'm sorry. I took off.
Oh, 9.8. 9.6 through 9.8.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
Motion by Mr. Conway, second.
Second, Miller?
Second by Mrs. Miller. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
Under Finance, 10.1, recommend approval to adopt the proposed final general fund budget for fiscal year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027, with total expenditures of $55,655,957 and total revenues of $54,262,134.
So this is the preliminary budget.
This is the-
That's proposed budget. Okay, so this will be a roll call after we open it up. Do I have a motion? I have a motion by Ms. Brinhauser. Second?
Second, Trump.
Second by Mr. Schrum. This is a roll call.
Can we have a discussion first? I guess I'm concerned about, even though it's just a preliminary budget, I guess I have some concerns about passing one that's in a deficit, and I also have concerns about passing one where we're going to be going down five teachers and how that will affect our classroom sizes and the quality of education.
One thing, where we are right now is not where we will be in June. So there's a lot of work that we have to do as far as the deficit that you're discussing.
And we're also having another meeting.
We are going to schedule a meeting prior to like another finance meeting. There's a lot of work that we still have to dig into on that budget. That is not where we expect to be on June 2nd.
The purpose of the proposed final budget is to let the taxpayers of Greensburg-Salem know where we stand as of today. And it's never balanced by this point. And historically, in the past, it does show a deficit because there is still a month and a half of work, or a little, maybe a month of work to be done on it. So
But you have to do this.
but we have to do this step in order to continue to move forward, so I can advertise it and make it available for public inspection.
I guess I have some anticipatory worries because I believe last year we just passed a deficit budget, and that I'm worried.
You didn't pass, I mean, you did not pass a deficit budget because you used your fund balance.
Use our balance. And I don't want that to happen again, and I don't want to continue losing teachers and then the effects, the collateral effect on the classrooms, and so
So, Ms. Miller, we just need to do this, and when we have our meetings that are coming up prior to the discussion, we're going to have the finance, I'm sure we can bring all those matters up at that time.
Okay.
And we'll do it then. This is just to get it moving according to the timeline that is set by the states that we have to do.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, the law requires you to do this before you
Yeah,
pass.
this
it.
is a procedural, this is a procedural
Correct.
step that we have to do.
Yes, this is not your final budget.
So I have a motion.
I want to say I appreciate how far you've come this far, but still work to
We're
do.
still working every day. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Allison. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kevin.
Welcome. So I have a motion and a second. Should we do roll call? Yes.
I mean,
Let's
there's
do a
one,
roll call.
yeah.
Let's do it.
It doesn't matter, but you can.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It's funny.
Ms. Bernhauser, Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Mr. Gazy,
Yes.
Ms. Job,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Schrum,
Yes.
Mrs. Savage.
Yes, motion.
Motion
Go ahead.
carries 7-0.
Thank you, Mrs. Willis. Sorry.
10.2, recommend approval to adopt the Central Westmoreland Career and Technology Center 2026-2027 general operating budget with total expenditures of $13,722,842 with a projected cost to the district of $1,052,170.
So moved, Conway.
Second, Gazy.
A motion by Mr. Conway, second by Mr. Gazy.
I need a roll call on this one.
We have some
Discussion.
on that. You know, so I was looking at the budget, and there were a few items that I had some questions on. It said that the CWCTC is increasing their teaching staff by 3 teachers.
We had to because we went from enrollment of 1,300 and some this year to over close to 1,500.
Okay, are those like new,
They're added, so we had to bring in,
Subjects?
we had to bring in another welding, and the programs that are completely filled, and there's a need and a want for those classes, we have had to make staffing adjustments to make sure the students that are, cannot, how do I say, that want those classes, we have to provide them. The districts cannot, like, we cannot tell to say that we can't have them because of budgetary matters. So that's where it's been. It's been it was a welding, I think it was a special education.
Yeah,
But it's all listed. Go ahead,
An
Allison.
instructional coach, supervisor of workforce education, and LPN nursing services.
Yeah, because the LPN, we now have such an enrollment in, because of the extra zip codes that we have added to health occupations, there's pharmacy tech. It's not just LPN classes that the kids are taking. They can spread out and take more areas to get more certifications.
okay, and then I wasn't sure, it was, I think on page 5, there was something about cyber tuition. I didn't understand that. So it was a revenue item?
Yes, because if a student goes to a cyber school, they can apply with board approval. With the JOC can vote to accept someone if there's room in the program, and the cyber school must pay the tuition to the CTC so that the district's not responsible for the tuition as they would at the home district.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't understand what that meant. Okay. And then I also noticed about the increase in salaries there. Is that because of the added positions?
Had contracts that have come up
Okay.
that have moved, just so that everybody knows, so that we don't have to lament every section of that. What the school district is, all the school districts are paying per student is based on ADMs that are going. We are at the same rate that we were for the last 4 years. Okay. So there's been no increases, even though we're adding extra staffing, is because we have funded some of it with grants and been able to move forward and allocate monies that way.
Okay.
Do you have less students attending?
Oh, no, we have more
No,
this.
no, Greensburg, Salem.
No, you have more students.
More, and we're paying the same rate.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
No,
We're paying, no, we're paying the same rate per
Tuition
student.
rate.
Per student.
The total tuition has increased, but we're paying the same rate per student. We just have more students.
We were 144 students this year, and we're estimated 160
We have 160, yeah.
next year.
160. So there's 2 attachments to the board agenda. The Vote Tech passed their budget in April. What we ask the business manager to do for all the school districts is when we start passing our preliminary budgets, he'll give us a final ADM. So at one point, when the budget was in its preliminary stages, we were as high as 182. And then as they're working through their budget process, their final ADMs as of May 4th were 160. So that's the final change that he's going to make that got approved by all the other districts. We're actually the last school district to approve the budget, and it did pass already because they have the majority 2/3 vote. He gave that update today. But so our ADMs are 160.
160. And our transportation cost is our cost.
Correct.
And what is that?
No, you
We
asked me, I
run,
forgot to look.
we run
We-
2 buses, so.
I can get that for
The
you.
cost
I
of
can
2
get that. I
buses.
forgot to look at that. I
It's just
apologize.
interesting to disclose the whole thing. Yeah.
Having the 20 extra students, do we have enough room on those 2 buses?
That is something, here's the thing.
It's not important.
Just so you know, you can have and this is what I brought up to Ms. Miller's point last week, how to get the right number. So this is the end of the school year. This is moving forward. Kids are saying, I'm going to go to tech. Johnny's dating Susie. Johnny and Susie are both going to tech. Over the summer, Susie decides she's not going to tech. Johnny says, I'm not going either. There could be students, you apply, you put in your applications, you preference first, second, and third choice. If you don't get your first choice of the program that you want to go into because it's already filled, because the students do have to meet a rigorous, I don't want to say really an application, but they have to make sure the behavioral, the districts, and if they can be in that class. So if they don't get their first choice and they go to second, they don't like second, and they don't like the third option that they have, some will pull away.
And you can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and that's what I mean. That's why it's still fluid, and that's why
And
in
it adjusts
October.
to actual at the end of the year. So there, it like, just like it does for the IU, then it does, you know, say if we ended up at, you know, 150 or we ended up at 170, whatever, they'll reconcile out to actual.
And don't we, Dan normally tries to give us an update. It's October.
He gives quarterly updates. And if there's like a major adjustment, he'll do the adjustment mid-year so it doesn't hit at the end of the year. So he's very transparent with what's going on, and it's been very helpful to the districts.
Thank you for those details.
It's 2 buses in the morning and 2 buses in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. We had discussion. All those,
I think.
Need a roll call. Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Mr. Gazy,
Yes.
Ms. Job,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes,
Mr. Shrum,
Yes.
Ms. Bernhauser, Mrs. Savage.
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Recommend approval, thank you. Recommend approval of items 10.3 and 10.4.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
Motion by Mr. Conway, second.
And Job.
Second by Ms. Job. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
Recommend approval of finance items 10.5 and 10.6.
So moved, Conway.
second, Miller?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
10.7, recommend authorization for Solicitor's Office to settle the following tax appeals, numbers 1 and 2.
Do I have a motion?
Which one, sorry?
They're both 1 and 2 for 10.7, the tax appeals.
10.7.
Sorry, that's okay.
Moved?
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second, Trump.
A second by Mr. Shrum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
10.8, recommend approval to purchase 560 student devices and 60 faculty devices through Apple Inc. at a cost of $326,832 and enter into a 4-year, 2.79% leasing program with Apple Inc.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Job.
I have a motion by Ms. Stokes.
Second, Gazy.
Second by Mr. Gazy.
I do have a question. on this one.
Discussion?
All right, thank you. The rate, is that the same rate we?
No, that's what my question was going to be.
No, you got it. In the very first year with Apple, we had a 0% 4-year promotional lease. And this is, you know, going into year 2 with them. I mean, considering what interest rates are, this is a very favorable lease for the district. And why it makes sense to do this is after the 4 years, they buy the devices back for the district at as much as 50% of the original cost. So that is a huge benefit and a huge savings back to the district on those devices. So
Miller, have you?
Just it was more kind of in line with what Brian was saying. Now, this is for K-12, it's for middle school or high school?
middle school.
Just for the middle school?
Middle school. Last year's lease was the high school 9 through 12. This year is 6 through 8. So it's faculty devices and student devices.
Okay, for middle school student devices.
My question on this, we're collecting old devices, will teachers be able, like, when are these coming in?
As soon as if it passes tonight, I send everything over to, because Apple actually needs proof that it was board approved, and they'll put the purchase through, and they won't bill us till next year because it's a next year budget item.
But when will they, I mean, Are we collecting old devices? So will the teachers be
Yes.
able to have devices over the summer? Because I don't feel that teachers should have to use their personal equipment to do schoolwork over the summer if they're preparing for the new year.
Yeah, so we talked about collecting them to get eyes on them and then coming up with a process where they can get one back. We probably won't hand them like a new Apple right
No,
away.
but I just want to
we
make sure
will-
that every teacher in the district has a computer, because if we are asking or suggesting that they work over the summer with any curriculum that they have to do, that they have a device by the district that they can use. Like if we're getting new ones, then at the beginning of the year, collect the ones for the new ones. But I don't want them to have to use their personal,
Yeah, one thing that we want to do is get the old ones so we can get a good look at what they are. But we can do that and build a plan for that to then be able to get them back to them.
for the summer.
Yeah, as soon as they put the purchase order in.
Okay.
When they're sending them, but we have.
We have to
collect them for
train
now.
the middle school teachers on the Apple devices. So they're like, I believe last summer, I think it was July, sometime in July, maybe end of June, July. I don't, Matt, when did you get your device last year? July.
So I hate to put you on the spot, Mr. Sofrin. Is that enough time for the teachers to be able to prepare? So can we make sure we don't have the hiccups that I heard that we had over last summer moving into this one for them to be able to move forward?
Just
For
to
their
make it
plan.
simple, why can't they just keep it until the new device
That's-
is in and then turn it in then? If they come in July, they'll have the benefit of the end of school through.
I think that's something we'll talk with Mr. Myers about and how we want to, and with Quest Tech, as to how we want to manage that piece. Because it was brought up, we did have discussions with GSEA. We told them that we would work with them in the summer for those items. But if there are tech needs that Quest Tech and Mr. Myers are saying, we need to get eyes on that, we need to see it, then we're going to have to do that.
So can
too.
we do it that way, that if teachers have something wrong with their device or it's questionable, that they see it before the end of the year so that it's prepared for the end?
I would rather let Mr. Myers and Quest
But that's
Tech
what I mean, let them,
Tell
if they
us
can
what-
do that.
how we need to handle it, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in,
I didn't get asked the second part of my question was, so like, this is just for the middle school and the faculty. What ends up being our entire cost if we're including K-12 and high school in all of this?
be under your technology budget, right?
Yeah, and the goal is to have a predicted cost of technology where we haven't had that before. So like the plan last year was start off with high school. So we have that lease that's going on. As far as actual numbers, like I'm not going to say that.
So
now. And
last
then
year's lease was
middle-
like $150,000 a year. So we have a 4-year payment of that's in the budget. That was in last year's budget. This year's budget includes another $150,000 in lease payment because we have to. We don't, our devices don't work. If we don't make a purchase, our middle schoolers have no devices. They are on their absolute last leg. We've had so many problems this year, like they're being held together with like glue. So the lease payment is what is in the budget. That's what we have to budget for. We have to show the taxpayers the true purchase, the whole total cost. So last year we spent $540,000. And this year, because we need less devices, less student devices, we ordered 900 devices, iPads last year. We're down to 560. Now, I will tell you, the rest of the money, the rest of the money that's in the lease budget, Mr. Myers and I are looking at our classroom technology, like our smart boards and other items in our classrooms that are not functioning as well. So the plan is, like Dr. Bissell said, is to build where we're building a 4-year plan of $150,000, adding another $150,000. Next year we'll add another $150,000. The 4th year we'll add another $150,000. That will let us upgrade all of our equipment that needs upgraded. And then when we go into that year 5, we won't have to increase our budget anymore. We will dispose of and recycle the 150, the first, but we won't have to add to the budget. And then we consistently know that we'll be able to purchase between $500,000 and $550,000 worth of equipment a year for that 150 lease payment. Does that make sense? It's building like a lease cycle. So after 4 years, we don't have to, we have like a tech budget for equipment that's flat and it's not all over the place
It has been.
like it has been because of like ESSERs and.
Right.
If they're changing the rate though, how do we feel confident in the future that it's going to be the same? Because last year sitting in the seats, I was under the impression that this was 0% going forward. So when I read that,
The first lease is 0% for the 4 years.
yeah, I understand.
Didn't change, yeah. But this one,
But like, what's stopping them from changing that to 4% next year?
there's nothing. And if they do, then we shop it out. We don't have to lease for that.
So I don't want to see us get stuck working with Apple just because we're stuck with Apple.
No, and we will, I mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, we will shop rates. If they would, right now, that is a very low rate, but if it was, say they would turn around and say like 7%, then we would look for, because there are companies out there that will lease for government entities, computer equipment at low percentage rates. So we do have that ability to
The
shop.
buyback like tied to you leasing through them.
The buyback is tied, the buyback right now is tied to that leasing program, and that's all packaged together is how they keep it low. Obviously, if it would get out of control, then we'd have to look at, something else.
Just running real quick numbers, with the interest, we're like 355 over the 4 years. Divide that by 4, it's about 89,000 per year. So that you still have what, 60,000 in funds for the year.
Has there been any discussion about, I know, everybody should have their own individual device, but has there been any discussion about having computer labs, again, where you might have 50 computers or 100 computers, and, you have, it's kind of a pain, but you are able to.
What do you do about the students if they need to take the devices home?
Well, once upon a time, you scheduled time for people to do that during the school day, and it just didn't go home. So,
Okay, can we
just,
understand, can we bring, if that's the.
That would save money.
education, But let's look at how it really would save money in the long run. So we have a motion and a second. We've had discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
We have to do roll call because it's that.
No,
Okay.
unless there's a no vote.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Those against?
against.
Roll call.
Okay.
I think it was.
Mr. Gazy.
Yes.
Ms. Job.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
No.
Mr. Shrum.
Yes.
Ms. Bernhauser. Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mrs. Savage.
Yes.
Motion carries 6 yeses, 1 no.
There you go again.
11.1, contracts and contracted services. Recommend approval of the following educational agreements with the Greensburg-Salem School District and the following entities, numbers 1 through 7.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, Joe.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yeah, I do actually. The Western PA School for the Deaf, I thought the WIU,
They got rid of the program.
they got rid of the program?
That's what we
Missed
talked
that.
about. Yeah. It's,
I'd forgotten. So, okay. All right, that's too bad. So,
okay, so we have a motion and a second. We had discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
11.2, recommend to approve the safety team agreement for the term July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2029.
So moved. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have a motion by Mr. Conway, second.
Second, Gazy.
Second by Mr. Gazy. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
11.3, recommend to approve the confidential administrative assistance agreement for the term July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2029.
Miller?
I have a motion by Mrs. Miller, second, please.
Second, Conway.
Second by Mr. Conway. Any discussion? This would be a roll call, wouldn't it?
No, the other one
Okay.
wasn't.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
11.4, Recommend to approve the addendum number 6 to the original Giza contract with 10 in the amount of $516,685.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Gazy.
Second, Miller?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
11.5, I'm going to recommend a motion to table
Yeah,
11.5
just-
due to
just so
change of
we have
scope.
Just don't make them,
Don't read
just
it.
don't make the motion.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to
So
table
we
it.
can strike 1 point, so 11.5 pass.
Okay, 11.6,
Do you want to just mention, because it's due to the change
Yeah.
of scope of work?
it
Yeah.
is, yeah. So changing the scope of work on 11.5. So we'll come back to that in June. 11.6, recommend to approve
You have
Delbert,
to say the thing and then read it before you so move.
Yeah, well,
recommend
you're down here.
Recommendation to approve Delbert Thompson at a cost of $11,160 for the fence installation high school pond, grant funded, and at a cost of $10,135 for fence installation at high school parking lot for a total of $21,295, and to approve Big Jerry's fencing at a cost of $5,180 for fencing at the middle school parking lot, all projects to be paid from the Capital Projects Fund.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, Conway.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
Okay, 11.7 is a change, so if you can, so I'd like to have a motion to amend for permission to advertise for sealed bid for concrete repair at Offutt Field and the high school to be paid for from the capital project funds. And this is due to the estimates coming back that were over the bid threshold.
Okay, so can I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
Second?
Miller?
All those in,
Question. Will this include the sidewalks, at the top, not on Laird, but the street?
Offutt, Field, and High School?
Like where we enter the parking lot
By the gates.
by the gates, yeah, let's include that sidewalk there. Okay.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
13.1, oh, I'm sorry, recommend approval of items 13.1 through 13.4.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
Second, Job.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
14.1, recommend approval of the following overnight-related conference and workshop requests, numbers 1 through 3.
Do I have a motion?
Move, Job.
I have a motion by Ms. Jobe. Second?
Second, Conway.
Second by Mr. Conway. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
17.1, recommend to approve the following 2 board members as voting delegates for the PSBA Delegate Assembly to be held Saturday, November 7th, 2026 at Cumberland Valley School District's Mountain View Auditorium, Emily Miller and Casey Bernhofer.
Do I have a motion?
So move, Job.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, Gazy.
Second. Any discussion? All those,
Thank you.
Thank you.
might stop it, might be able to do something out there. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
17.2, recommendation to approve the granting of 2 temporary construction easements on the high school property to the city of Greensburg for the North Bont Flood Control Project in accordance with the proposed drawings, and to authorize the administration and solicitor to undertake any actions necessary to finalize said easements.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Conway.
And a motion by Mr. Conway, second.
Second, Miller?
No second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries.
Okay, the next board discussion meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 17th, 2026 at 7 PM here in Nicely Elementary. And the board voting meeting will be held Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, 7 PM at Nicely Elementary School.
It's just the athletic report.
Just, you have the athletic
Okay.
report there,
So-
and that's all I have.
All right, any, under closing items, any comments by board members? Hold on. We have no comments. So any comments by citizens in attendance?
You hear me?
I can hear you. Who are you? Okay.
How much was, when we paid off the bond, if I'm not mistaken, in January, how much was the last payment that we made? Was it like $200,000 or something?
No, it was a little under $1 million, like
No, but-
999.
That was our last payment then, so we're free to that.
Yes.
The other question I have is, the fund balance. Can you give me an idea or an estimation of what the fund balance is? Because I don't think anybody really knows.
With my final presentation in June.
And that's when you'll know, so you have no idea.
It's an estimate, So, I mean, right now, I'm going to tell you, it's $178,000
Our fund balance.
less than what it was proposed, because that's what we voted last year that it would be. If the budget comes in, when we passed the budget last year, revenues and expenses did not balance by $178,000. So I can tell you, there's a lot of activity that happens in May and June. For me to tell you a number right now, it's not going to be accurate. So I'm going to tell you that I'm expecting us to meet the budget that we passed. Hopefully, we've had our ups, we've had our downs in areas, and that I would expect that we're 178 less. But that number is going to be different. I will give you my best guess when in June when we do the budget, and then it's finalized when we have the audit.
Since there was discussion about tuition rate, I have no problem with CTC. I've never had a problem with that. But the thing is, what is the tuition rate? Because all you're doing is.
Like
multiplying
six-
times 100.
It's 6,000, I do, 6,547, Allison, isn't that it? Or four-
Kara's gonna pull it up.
457, something like that.
Just a curiosity.
It's like 6,400.
It's on, yeah, it's on.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah,
It's on, if you clicked on it, I don't know if you saw it, it's listed.
she,
I didn't see
It's
that.
on the last page.
Oh, they have it there.
Yeah, when you break
Yeah,
it down,
we
like
have it.
second to the last page, I think. Like in the middle of the page,
Well,
top of
there
the
it is
page.
for that. Let me ask this question, since you deal a lot with the CPC. We have any kids from here that are actually full-time, like in some, some CPCs, they're full-time, they don't come back to their school, but they get credit to get their.
Well, what they have is we have students, they go half days,
But all of them are half days.
all half days, and then they also can be on co-ops.
Yeah, they go on.
And I gave Allison my paperwork, at the end of the year, on a whole, we had close to I don't want to misquote,
Okay, wait.
but I'm waiting for it to come back.
It's right around $6,648.48.
$6,648 per student, right?
Yes.
That's what I,
Thank you very much.
quick math.
Now, I just have one final question, and since the gentleman is not here, our solicitor, I'll ask the solicitor here. We had 2 settlements, okay? My question to you is, basically, the school district has no input when the city and the county make the decision about what the settlement will be. Am I correct on that?
No, we have input into that as well.
How much input? Because it appears those 2 cases, the city and the county made the decision about what the assessment would be. And then it would be incumbent on us, if we wanted to hire our own realtor to do the appraisal.
Yeah.
Challenge that appraisal, but it isn't worth it.
We analyze each case on a case-by-case basis to determine whether or not, we have 2 tax lawyers that do that. And they analyze whether or not it is beneficial to settle it, or whether, based on the numbers and based on, where they are, whether it is beneficial to hire an appraiser to come in, so.
That would be tax lawyers
If-
that make that decision.
No, the lawyers are from our office. We would use an outside appraiser if the numbers warrant and if
The only thing
it cannot get.
we lost 7,000, well, roughly 7,500 to one situation, which was the S&T Bank. They went from 24 to 16. So now they're only paying 16, so we lost that. The other one was kind of heavy on us.
'Cause it was 3 years.
It was, but maybe I'm wrong, okay? But I saw that we lost like 15,000, almost 16,000.
I think that was for multiple years.
And it was multiple years.
3 years. So did we lose that amount each year? Is that
Yeah,
right?
we owe them, we will issue a refund check for like $35,000 because we have to refund 9,000 from 2024, 12,008 from 2025, and then
13,000 for.
15 for, yeah,
26.
correct,
So around $35,000 we have to refund, right?
correct. And then moving forward, they will pay the lower assessment.
They'll pay the lower assessment. What would that lower assessment be for them?
It's listed at their taxes on the new assessment, they'll be paying $48,000 a year
Okay.
versus 64 that they were paying under the current assessment.
I'm done.
Okay, so to answer your question, currently for seniors
Oh,
at CTC, we have, I lost it again, 128 students that are out on co-op. The one part of it, our workforce education supervisor has worked with the cooperative education with Westinghouse at Welts Mills. So 4 students were placed beginning of the year. And they have already received 100% to go take full-time employment with Westinghouse.
So those
when they graduate.
people that are co-op kids, when they go down there, they leave the biotech to go to co-op, whatever the co-op job is, correct?
They only go certain days. So if they're out on co-op, when they should be at the CTC, they would go to their co-op, the business that they're working.
So they don't have to come back here.
They do.
Sometimes they come back.
Some,
Mhm.
but most of the kids. when they-
Mostly they're out at work.
Let's say the kid goes in the morning, he stays here, he might have to, does he take his English or whatever, he might have to have that?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I meant, they stay there, they leave.
They still have to complete their graduation requirements with us, so that's whenever they need to come back.
The graduation project or whatever. it might be.
Graduation project, usually it's graduation project and English credit, social studies,
They don't have it.
math, and gym if they didn't
Well,
have that. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay, so that's it, thank you very much.
Okay, any other public comment? Okay, so at this time, I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 7:59.
Motion to adjourn?
We have a motion.
Second,
Conway.
Daisy.
We have a motion. Is those in favor? Aye.